The air hung heavy with the aroma of roasted meats and sweet delicacies, a feast fit for royalty. Laughter echoed through the grand dining hall, a testament to the Palacios family's opulence and their seemingly unbreakable bond. Crystal glasses chimed, a symphony of celebration as if the night would never end. But on this night, a sinister note would shatter the harmony, casting a dark shadow over the festivities. As Patriarch Ricardo Palacios raised his glass, a toast to his loving family, a silent poison was already coursing through the veins of his unsuspecting kin, sealing their fate. Their laughter would soon be replaced with screams echoing through the night, their joy with unimaginable pain as the poison took its toll. This was no freak accident, but a deliberate act of malice. It was a meticulously planned massacre, orchestrated by those who sought retribution for the sins of the Palacios family, a night that would be remembered in infamy. The Palacios family was a dynasty built on wealth and power, their influence stretching far and wide across the land. Their empire was fueled by vast mining operations that scarred the landscape, leaving behind a trail of environmental destruction. Ricardo, the head of the family, was a ruthless businessman, known for his iron fist and insatiable ambition. He ruled with an unyielding grip. Whispers of exploitation and environmental devastation followed their name, painting a grim picture of their legacy. But Ricardo remained unmoved, his conscience seemingly as barren as the lands his company ravaged. He showed no remorse. He was a man who valued profit over people, prioritizing wealth above all else, even at the cost of human suffering. His actions had sown the seeds of his own destruction, creating enemies in the shadows. Unbeknownst to him, lurking in the shadows were those who had suffered under his tyranny, waiting for the right moment to strike back. Their hearts filled with a burning desire for revenge, they were ready to reclaim what was taken from them. Cairo and Rico, driven by the pain inflicted upon their families by the Palacios mining operations, saw an opportunity for retribution. They infiltrated the mansion, their faces masked with servitude, their hearts set on vengeance. Their plan was simple, yet ruthlessly effective. Poison, undetectable yet swift, was their weapon of choice. It was a slow, agonizing death, mirroring the suffering endured by countless families at the hands of the Palacios' greed. And at the heart of this conspiracy was a mastermind, a figure driven by a deeply personal vendetta against the Palacios family. Jericho, the illegitimate son of Ricardo Palacios, watched from the shadows, his eyes burning with a mix of hatred and satisfaction. He observed as the poison took hold, spreading its deadly grip. Abandoned by his father and robbed of his birthright, Jericho had orchestrated the entire massacre, a twisted act of revenge against the man who had denied his very existence and shattered his dreams. But there was a chilling twist. Vivian, a woman driven by desperation to provide for her daughter, Sophia, had been an unwitting accomplice in Jericho's plan. She had no idea that her actions would lead to such a catastrophic outcome. She watched in horror as her own daughter, a playmate of the Palacios children, succumbed to the deadly poison. The sight of her child collapsing lifeless was a nightmare she could never have imagined. The massacre sent shockwaves through the community, leaving everyone in a state of disbelief and sorrow. The once peaceful neighborhood was now a scene of chaos and mourning. The opulent facade of the Palacios family crumbled, revealing a legacy of pain and destruction. The grandeur of their mansion stood in stark contrast to the broken lives it concealed. Jericho, Cairo, and Rico were eventually apprehended, their trial a media spectacle that laid bare the depths of their desperation and the devastating consequences of unchecked greed. The courtroom was filled with tension as the truth unraveled. Justice, it seemed, had a bitter aftertaste. The scales of justice had tipped, but the wounds left behind would take much longer to heal.